What I've heard, welcome to another episode of Cover Lovers, where we get to talk about this week's incentives as well as store exclusives. And today with us, we have the man, the myth, the legend, the creative Kanto Killer Queens, writer of Firefly, and the upcoming book Specs, Mr. David Booher. How are you doing, David?
I'm doing great. I'm already here with props and everything. I'm ready to go. I'm here. What is the line from They Live? I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
There you go. There you go. I was about to say that. I mean, based on the covers and kind of like the description of the title, I get those They Live vibes from it.
I mean, it's not really They Live, but Skylar. It was Skylar's idea. This is Skylar Patridge for the A cover, and it was their idea to kind of do that They Live tribute. And I was like, I mean, it takes place in 1987, so why not lean into that fun and excitement? But there's so many cool covers. Like David Tolasky did a great cover for us. And then Kevin Wada did the 1 in 25 incentive, and anything that's pink and purple should surprise nobody. I'm all in.
Hey, you know what?
So is Rob.
Rob is also a huge fan as well of purple covers.
Purple. I love it. Yeah, and people see there were 2 more covers that were revealed today, like retailer covers, and people are just like chewing the scenery when it comes to doing these glasses. It's like you don't have to tell them anything about the story. Just do spooky red glasses, and they'll be like, "All right," and they just blow it out of the water. It's awesome.
Nice. And then also too, we can't wait to hear what you have to say about these covers. Though we're excited. You're going to be our first writer, to actually come on the show and kind of help us critique these incentives. And
are you going to put them up? Are you going to put them up on the screen?
Of course. So we're super excited. What about you, Mike? How are things going? And you're Charlie Brown today?
I am Charlie Brown today. Yeah, I'm Charlie Brown every day. my line with everything I touch gets ruined. It's a Charlie Brown line from I forget which movie. It's probably the Christmas movie if I had to guess. But yeah, it's just a good week. It's been tiring. I've got David, I've got a 5-month-old and a 3-year-old, so life is hectic in this house, as you can tell by the enormous Hot Wheels loop behind me. That's not me playing.
Are you gonna? You think I'm gonna judge you for what's in your background? Look at mine.
He's like, I want to come over and play with your Hot Wheels set.
Yeah, seriously, it's pretty fun. Actually, not gonna lie, that thing's super fun. But this is my one chance to close the door and lock it and come in here and enjoy some geeky time with my buddies. And I'm really, really happy to join you as well this evening. So this is really exciting night for us.
Nice. What about you, Big Rob? How are things going down south?
Down south. That's okay. Whatever. It's doing well. It's supposed to rain tonight, so the rain's coming here to San Diego. So we're looking.
We just got it. I'm sending it down to you.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's currently here.
Oh really? Yeah, we're supposed to get like in the middle of the night, I think. But it's a good day. It's Monday, so the Monday always drags right at work, so it's always slow. But it's good. I'm here. I'm happy to be here with David and the whole crew. So excellent.
Are those Christmas lights?
Of course, it's Christmas always in my room.
my husband brought home Starbucks and it was in a Christmas cup. And I was like, "What is that?" I was going to
already
flames.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's November 1st.
Oh my God.
We haven't even got to Thanksgiving yet.
I went out, so I took my son out on a drive to go to Guitar Center like the day after Halloween, maybe 2 days after Halloween. I'm like, maybe we can catch some last minute Halloween decorations that are still up and lit. No, but like 5 houses already had their Christmas decorations in full blast in their yards already. It was unbelievable.
It's like hitting the secret button and like walls flip around and counters flip over. And it's like immediate Christmas.
Seriously.
You suddenly hear Mariah Carey song everywhere.
Oh no.
That's right.
This is so nerdy. I didn't hear it yet, but I was doing a crossword puzzle. And the clue was blank I want for Christmas is you. And I was like, it's too early, New York Times. It's too early.
Oh.
That sounds like a Cards Against Humanity card.
All I want for Christmas is blank.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Jeff, are you getting those Christmassy vibes?
Oh my God, kill me. It's too early. Yeah, we got to pick out at Thanksgiving first. So
Yeah, seriously, agreed.
let's get there first. And I know everyone just wants that excuse to start the whole Christmas theme going because world is pretty shitty as we know it.
That is true. That is
Let's
true.
just-
Hopefully everybody did two things, got those Powerball tickets, and also voted. So hopefully everybody took care of those things.
Stickers.
All right. Before we get started, let's give a quick shout out to our Team Nerd Herd moderators. As always, quick shout outs to Uncle Rudy, Something Wong, Deanime, and Glenn2K12. Thank you guys so much for making the chat what it is, community what it is. We love you guys so much. And a quick shout out also to our DJ, Eddie Beats by Monsta. Thank you so much for these beats. Thank you. We really appreciate them and we love them. So make sure you sub him up. And also a quick shout out to the chat. Let's dive in there. I know that GT Key was out here first in line as always. And then also we had Astro Wizard Thomas. Love what you're doing with those blank covers, man. Keep it up. Also Steve, another part of Team Nerd Herd. Thank you for joining us in the chat. We also had Copy 801, who's enjoying some dinner, an egg sandwich, while also watching our show. So thanks so much, Copy. Appreciate it. And let me see who. Oh, here we go. Lord Chucks, thank you for stopping by. And Apollo Cruz, welcome to the chat.
Hey, baby.
And then we also have Trish. Trish, thank you so much for coming down. Also, too, let us know, how was Baltimore Comic Con? Did you have a good time? Saw some of the pictures. Looks like it was an awesome hangout. And Sticks, what is going on, Sticks? Again, thank you for coming by and gracing us with your presence, sir. And then, yep, I saw that. Yep, Charlie Brown, Christmas quote. There you go. There you go, Mike.
Yep.
That's right before they fix up his little messed up Christmas tree.
Yep.
And they all sing around it. Yep, there it is. How's it going, Kenneth? Thank you for stopping by. And I believe we are all caught up. So, David, since this is your first time, we're going to have Mike kind of kick us off with his choices for the incentives and what he thinks are good, bad, whatever. And then, go ahead, Jeff.
Before we get started, though, I want to tell everybody who's here and to other people, this is going to be a giveaway for tonight's show. At the end of the show, I'm going to give away this exclusive trading card exclusive for Kanto. Okay, and it's signed by Mr. David Booher, who I got to meet
signature.
Again. I'm trying to perfect forging it, sir.
Perfect. That's a great cover. That was a retailer variant that we did for Tales of the Unnamed World by Alex Cormack. And it was the only time we've ever done like a TCG, like a Magic the Gathering homage. And he just crushed it. He crushed it. I'm not a big TCG player, so I had to do research on how to figure out what the text was. I don't know if I got it right, but I thought it was funny.
Works.
It's fun.
Can I win that? Can I win it?
Are you in the chat, Charlie Brown?
No.
Oh,
that sounded like Charlie Brown if I had never heard it.
Oh boy.
Oh, good grief.
I know, good grief. There you go. That's perfect. All right. All right. So let's move us around real quick. All right. Let's kick it off. All right. Incentives. Here we go. And these are the incentives that are going to be available at your LCS on Wednesday, 11/9. So our first incentive is these beautiful Jeff DeCall covers. So we have one for Superman Son of Kal-El, number 17, which is a 1 in 25. And we also have Wildcats number 1, also a 1 in 25 by Mr. Jeff DeCall himself. So, Mike, you have your choice. Which one would it be and why?
Oh, it's the Superman Son of Kal-El all day. I love the use of negative space on this one. I really like the lighting. I even like the little rainbow lens flare. I think that's a cool touch. It's not just like your average everyday J.J. Abrams lens flare. It's a slightly more sort of prismed version, which is pretty cool. It also kind of matches because the reds and the blues pop nicely. I think it's a far superior cover to the other, and I think it looks more like what we expect from DeCall. It has his feel. The Wildcats cover, while good, doesn't feel like a 1 in 25 to me, and it doesn't feel like a Jeff DeCall cover to me. It feels like it could be kind of anyone. Whereas the Superman definitely instantly looks like DeCall, like from across the room. So clear winner, Son of Kal-El all day.
All right.
And I like the cover. I actually like it.
It is definitely a dope ass cover. What about you? What do you think, Jeff?
So I was lucky enough to see both of these covers today in person. Honestly, I was really tempted to grab that Son of Kal-El, and especially at the price that it was at my LCS, it's $15.
No way.
I'm so tempted right now to just text
buy
him.
all DeCall for $15, man.
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't realize it was DeCall, but I was like, this cover is awesome. I did see the other one. It feels like a I don't know, an independent book cover. So I definitely would go with the Son of Kal-El. There's no doubt who the winner is.
Okay. Big Rob?
I agree with Paul. It's a cover B and a cover C in my opinion, but if I had to choose, I'm not into it. I appreciate the prism colorway there of the
crazy talk, sir.
J.J. Abrams homage there for Son of Kal-El, but
J.J. Abrams homage.
That's probably the better one. The other one's just the Wildcats, so who cares? But so yeah, Superman. That's the one I'll go with. I appreciate the line work, the coloring, the actual the blackness of the background actually does work quite a bit. A lot of times, most artists don't make it work well, and DeCall they make it work. So, but it is. I don't know if it's a 125, but $15, I guess, is doable. If that's what it's going for. I'll be more happy with $10, but yeah, if I'll pick one, it'll definitely be Superman.
All right, David, go ahead. What is your pick? What are your thoughts?
I mean, any cover with a rainbow on it should surprise nobody that I'm in. But isn't Son of Kal-El? I mean, I don't read a lot of the big two, so isn't that the one where he's bisexual?
I believe so.
I
Correct.
believe so.
That's the son of Superman.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna guess that's why maybe the lens flare was rainbow rather than just traditional lens flare.
Mm-hmm.
And in that respect, I actually love it because I think it's so subtle. It's so much more subtle than maybe the Pride covers or some of the other stuff that they've done. So
True.
Kudos to Jeff for putting that in there, tying it into who the character is. And it's really fascinating to me to see this. I think it's a painted cover versus the Wildcats cover, which is I don't know which inked digital. I don't know what you call that color scheme, but I'm a sucker for painted covers, just a sucker. So I am in for Kal-El.
If that's the case, then you should skip both of these and skip that one, and you should go buy the John Jiang, which is the B cover for $5, and it crushes all of these.
Really?
Yeah, it's super cool.
He did a Kanto cover for us.
He's great,
and now he's doing really everything.
He is
all the things.
He got his big break with you, then, David.
Yes, I will absolutely take all of the credit for that.
As you should. So, quick question for you: like, as a writer, I mean, which cover would you use for one of your books? I mean, do you think would grab people's more attention more? Right?
Like, I would lose my mind if that came into my inbox. The Wildcats one. There's so many comics out there, and when you go to the comic shop and you see just row after row after row, that the Wildcats cover, I mean, it's technically fine, but it's not going to jump out at you as something that you have to have. If you're a Superman fan, if you're a Kal-El fan or Son of Kal-El fan, I feel like this is a cover, especially Jeff, $15. This is a $15 cover all day for me. So especially at a 1 in 25.
Nice. All right. All right, let's move on now. I mean, we've got some positive feedback for this one. How about this one here? We have Radiant Black number 19. It's a 1 in 25 by Jonathan Glapian. Mike.
Okay. All right, back to me. I think this is kind of exactly what David just said. This does not jump out at me as anything special. Also, Glapian is a weird one because he was an inker for ages. And so this feels like very ink heavy, right? This feels which caters to his style quite nicely, but I don't see him as a penciler. So and it kind of shows here. This doesn't really do a whole lot for me. I get that his style goes well for this book, I guess, and I know this book is popular, but this does not feel like an incentive at all to me. If you've seen all the other covers for Radiant Black, this looks just like any of the A and B covers. There's nothing special about this. This is a $4 book to me, if I even cared, which I don't. It's not trash. It doesn't do anything poorly. It just certainly doesn't jump out as an incentive that I should pay a premium for. So it's just kind of meh to me.
Yeah, Sticks Boy and Apollo are both saying it looks like a Venomized Iron Man.
It kind of does,
like a 2D Venomized Iron Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Big Rob, what are your thoughts?
It looks more like a squid decided to draw art, but I don't know.
I was thinking it like spilled the ink on it. I was like, okay, let me
got
draw
scared,
around
ran off.
I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Everything that Charlie Brown said. It's just so forgettable. You definitely walk by this on the rack. You'll never pay attention. For 125, definitely a skip. I guess if you're interested in reading the story, it might be a cool cover for $4, but not for 125. It doesn't deserve that premium, in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure this is what the artist his objective was to draw this, and he succeeded. But it's just not for my fancy at all, at least.
I love how you say that. That is the most diplomatic sentence you use in these shows. Was the artist did what he wanted to do? I love that.
I'm not going to destroy him, but it's not that bad. It's okay.
No, it's not bad. No, it's definitely not
okay.
bad.
Yeah.
So what about you, David? What are your thoughts on this one?
I'm unfamiliar with this artist. I don't know. I kind of know the story, but I don't read the series. So I don't know. I guess I would say that this would not be something that would really draw me in to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
I also don't. I don't know. I want to stay positive. So I think like what Rob is saying. I know.
Hey, we got good covers, Mike. Come on.
I know. I'm okay. I'm in a positive mood tonight. I really am.
It's just a little bit visually confusing to me. So
I agree.
That's maybe why, coming from a sort of outside non-Radiant Black fan perspective, I just don't know what's really going on. And sometimes it's cool and sometimes it's confusing. So that's what I would say about this one.
Okay. And then Jeff?
So yeah, I get what David's saying, and it kind of goes to what Mike was saying. I really believe these are two different things that we're looking at, two different pieces of art. It's like the character and then the background, because the background looks like it's just deco art. It's very like a lot of geometry, right? And then
like
the
front,
the character, the character itself is just like
Google Images.
Feels very obscure, so and abstract. So that's why it kind of feels very clashing. And so it's not for me. And I definitely don't think it's a 1 in 25 either. It kind of just looks like a page out of the book, maybe.
Make a splash.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Yeah, you're right.
I just want to add one thing for Glapian as an artist. If he were to lean into this style and like this becomes his like trademark, he does this kind of dissipating ink style with all, every cover he does, he might end up finding a lot of success with that. People collecting like the Glapian covers. So this on its own, not doing it for me, but if I saw him do that with like on a Spider-Man book and then Detective Comics, but you know what I mean? It could be like this cool style where people are like, oh, now I want to collect it.
That makes a lot of sense.
I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the wispiness of like the capes and stuff, and yeah, he
It's,
can do that
Yeah.
too. Venom.
it's his
Oh,
calling
for
card.
sure.
I mean, Sienkiewicz used that in his interior art for ages, where all this like splatter and like spikes of light and crazy things like that in his inking for a while. I mean, Glapian could do that. I mean, Glapian is the guy who inked all the Capullo stuff for Batman. So he's got style. It's interesting to see him break out as a penciler now.
Ink
But
stream
No, I don't
variants.
know
Yeah.
who this character is. So that ink, that squid looking, the octopus ink could be like part of the character.
Right, the power set.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know enough about it.
All right, guys. What about this one here? Spider-Man #1, I believe. This is a 1 in 25 by Humberto Ramos. All right. Big Rob, what are your thoughts on this cover?
I'm actually a big Humberto Ramos fan, and this is one of the most disappointing covers I've seen him drawn. It's honestly, most people complain about his his anatomy, right? The way he draws his feet and his hands. It never really bothered me, but this one, it just stands out so bad. It's like, I don't know, it looks incomplete. The arms look incomplete, like he just drew a stick and didn't really fill it in. Same for the leg, especially the back leg on the right leg. I do like the background. The background's cool, but just the actual character itself, and the font's horrible. That font is just atrocious. So yeah, I'm really disappointed. I love Ramos' art, and this is just one of his worst ones, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna cut in really quickly just because I dig this cover. Because I like Humberto Ramos because he exaggerates a lot of things in his art, and I dig it. And with all these spider characters, you want some like gangly arms, gangly legs. I mean, you want to be like just really like bendy, I guess. And so this character, the way he drew her kind of has that. It's very like spider like or to his style. So I dig it. I'm glad that he's kind of like doing this and making it, of course, making it his own, right? And the only thing I would say that's off just a little bit would just be the face. I think the face is not centered properly. But other than that, I mean, I think it's a really cool cover.
Can I ask a question? Do you see elbows?
I do. I see elbows right here. And right here.
Supposedly elbows.
All right. What's going on, Mike? What are your thoughts?
So I too, like Rob, really like Ramos's work. I like. I have OA of his. It's a X23 page from X-Men, way back, like early X23 page, and I think this is not exaggerated enough. That's what this doesn't feel like Humberto Ramos page to me, or a cover to me. It feels like it feels too safe for him, and I want it to be even more Ramos. I want it to be even more crazy. There's a lot of grit to his earlier work, and I like that better than this. I think this is too safe, and so it's a little bit dull for me. It doesn't do anything. It's not a bad cover. Again, here we go again. Same thing 3 times in a row. There's nothing wrong with it. But if I want a Ramos cover, I want a Ramos cover. I don't want just like this could be somebody else cover.
I can see that. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, saw this one in person too, and I was also a little disappointed. It does look a little stick figure-y. The I guess just the makeup of her left arm feels a little weird. That elbow, it feels like it's in the wrong place. It looks like it's inside out.
Yeah.
The right leg is, I don't know which is supposed to be in the forefront, her bottom part of her leg or the top part. But whichever one, they're both getting cut off. And so like it does look a little awkward to me. So I definitely passed on it, and I really don't talk about trade dress either, but that is really a boring trade dress. So yeah, I get it.
But
This would
it's
be a
not the
pass for
Incredible
me.
Hulk kind of trade dress, right?
No, it's not. Well, but this is
Oh,
really boring.
Nothing's that.
I think I don't know. The trade dress to me is like kind of feels like the '80s
Yeah.
cartoon kind of esque or '70s cartoon.
I mean,
Maybe
friends.
that's what it's giving me. Yeah, I guess I can get that too. This doesn't do it for me, and yeah, it's very leapfroggish.
Okay. What about you, David? Any thoughts on this one?
It doesn't start my engine, I guess.
Okay.
For me, it's the coloring more so than anything else. It just feels like it's a little unfinished. I'm looking at Ramos's. I just Googled him just to like scroll through, and there's so much more polished work that he does with colors. This looks like he just airbrushed the one side to like do the light source. So I don't know. I would not probably jump on a Spider-Man book with this cover,
Okay.
but that's just me.
Gotcha. Just really quickly, Mike, let us see what you got.
Now that is what I
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I'm just kidding.
I mean, look at the emotion in that. I mean, that's just
23.
missing from this cover. I want it to look like that.
So much better. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, I like Ramos too. It's just I did see this in person, and it's just not for me.
Yeah, I did too. I passed on it today.
I will add though that we don't know if necessarily like Marvel came to him and said we need a cover in 12 hours or something like that.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
It looks like it. Yeah.
So I mean, and I don't that maybe that's not the explanation, but sometimes I think that the demands that are put on artists to crank out covers, produces this because we know that he is amazing and he can do amazing stuff. So maybe this was just one that they put a time pressure on him that was just unreasonable. So this was really the very best that he could do within the time that he was given.
And I honestly believe that happens more often than we know.
Yeah, I think it does.
Sure.
I think it does.
All right. Here we go. Next one up is Lady Hell #3. Now, this one's a 1 in 20 by, I hope I say this name right, Gibo Vigonte. Hopefully that's correct. David, so now that you kind of got your feet wet, you're first up. What are your thoughts? This looks like a painted cover, right?
Give me the naked lady cover first. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's cool to me. I like it. It's intriguing. Like I want to know. I don't normally pick up like who does it? Is Dynamite?
Oh,
Dynamite
how did you know it was Dynamite?
Surprise!
Oh, is this Dynamite?
Yes,
Surprising
Dynamite.
no one. I don't usually pick up covers that look like this, but this is cool. This gives me kind of I want to say Dark Tower vibes. Like this
really? Okay.
What's his name? Jay Lee a little bit. And I like that. I like that little darkness and edge to it. So yeah, I really, the more I look at this cover, the more I dig it. I think it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
All right. What about
That's
you?
it. Move on. Nobody disagrees. I'm just kidding. No
Pin show.
fights.
You said Miguel Alonso. Who did you ask me?
Oh, go ahead, Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Mike.
I like it, and honestly, I saw the color one. I don't like the colorist. I don't like what they did with the color version on the whatever A B C D H Z cover, whatever the heck Dynamite does so many. I actually really like seeing the pencils on this. I think it does a lot for showing me how good the art was before the colorist got involved. So I don't normally go for things like this, just these sort of black and white or negative variants or color splashes or whatever. But I really do dig this one. I mean, it's not worth really much of a premium to me, but we all know that for the most part, the Dynamite books don't go for a premium. So you could probably get your hands on this for $8, $9, $10 if you can find one. I don't know how many shops are ordering 20 copies of Lady Hell, but Probably
Number
very
3.
Yeah, number 3, no doubt. That's true. Good point. But this is a pretty cool cover. If it's a low buy-in.
Did you see Stick's comment? It's one of 25 variants.
Oh my god.
There's 25 variants for
25
this
variants of
freaking
this?
issue.
Why?
I don't
Wow.
know.
Because
Because
It's a
Dynamite.
boobs.
Because dynamite.
Because-
Boobs.
because-
Boom goes the
Because
dynamite, right?
boobs. We need a shirt because boobs.
And on the back, it's the Dynamite
Speaking-
logo.
Speaking of boobs, although you might all be tempted to do it, don't bother opening the gun hunting nude variant this time around. Just saying.
Oh man.
I didn't
You
even
won't-
know there was nude variants.
You won't be happy when you unbag that poly bag.
Wow.
Nope.
I personally won't. But
I personally won't.
No, David, come on.
All right. What about you, Big Rob? What are your thoughts on this cover?
I actually do like this one. I think the line work's really nice. It's a cool looking character design. I love the crows. They're really well drawn. They kind of fit the motif here. The tree, even the tree kind of gives the impression of like horns, like the devil horns in the bottom there a little bit. So I dig it. I'll be interested to see a color version of this. I don't know. Is there a color version of this? I'm assuming
There is. It's either the A or the B cover. I forget, but
oh, there you go. If this is the same art, then you go for the A cover, right? It's a lot cheaper. So yeah, I dig it. Penciling looks great. It's perfect, in my opinion.
Awesome. Jeff?
Yeah, no, this is why I always say I like sketch covers. Just the details you get to see, the shading, the details on the tree, on the bark, the ground, the crows, everything looks great. I it's just funny for me, okay? All I hear is Sia singing right now. So
That is true. Very true. Yeah.
But it is an awesome cover. He did a great job on this.
Channel.
I love the lines. And this is why I will always promote sketch covers, because that really shows off what the artist is presenting for you.
which
as
sometimes
raw
is
as
a
it
bad
gets.
thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing.
You're not wrong. And like I said, I love Jim Lee, and he does a lot of sketch covers that are sold.
Jim Lee.
But sometimes it's just too much too, right? When there's just when it's too busy, and that's when your Jim Lee cover goes bad. But it's not really bad because it's Jim Lee still. So yeah,
It's like
this
pizza.
is-
Even
yeah,
bad
and-
pizza is still pretty good.
and like Mike said, this is going to be a ghost.
Oh yeah.
A 1 in 20. That's crazy.
Nobody ordered
By the way, cool underwear on this lady.
Okay.
Very Evil Linish.
Yeah.
Yes.
that. Yeah, it is.
All right. Moving on to the next one. Here we go.
Can I ask a question about the last one?
Sure.
Sure.
Is it really Hell, Hel?
It is.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
Oh my
creative,
god, that's all I would think about if I read that book was they misspelled it.
typo.
Typo.
HE
Anyway.
single hockey stick.
That's
On
right.
all the covers, it's misspelled.
How do you pronounce that? Not hell, right? So it's heel, hell.
Exactly. Hello. All right. How about this one? Sabretooth and the Exiles, number 1 of 1 in 25 by Maria Wolf. So, Big Rob, we're going to start with you, since this is the one that you kind of said, hey, this is a cool cover, and wanted to talk about it. So let's go. Let's hear it.
Yeah, before Charlie Brown destroys it, because I can see his face. I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for Maria Wolf's work. I love all
TMT.
I love all the detail of the hair and the image, and just the way she draws is very reminiscent of those bumper stickers from the early 1990s. You see in back of cars of the those goblins with the riding the vehicles or riding a skateboard or a surfboard. It's just
I can see that.
Yeah, it totally brings me to that. And I'm a sucker for loud, bright colors. There's bright pinks, bright yellows here, slime green. This is very Ninja Turtles vibe to it, honestly. And I personally love it. And that's my opinion.
Okay. David, any thoughts on this one?
It kind of gives me. I think it's fantastic. Just for it like lures you in. You're like looking more and more of the details as you get closer, and it's just wild. Kind kind of a Mobius vibe-esque.
Okay.
But the inking is fantastic. The level of detail. I don't know. This is, I think, is this the 8? No, this is the 1 in 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on
Awesome.
board.
All right. Jeff, and then we'll get you negative Nancy over there.
I'm not going to be negative about this one. I don't know what Rob saw in my face, but
You went like you put your face palm and everything.
oh no, that was because my son was trying to bang his way through my door.
Oh. Oh,
Bad
my
timing, Big Rob. Bad
My
timing.
bad.
Sorry.
I misread the room.
For me, I immediately thought TMNT vibes. Gives me very old 90s Malibu vibes. So it gives me a little nostalgia, but it honestly, I've probably been the most negative about Maria's work lately. And so this is actually better than everything I've seen previously that we've shown on the show in a few weeks. But again, this is not for me. And I'm always have this rule when I'm collecting certain books. I love X-Men. I love all X-Men stuff. But I'm not a sucker for when they put a villain on the title. It's always a bad writing for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm very afraid of this book. And that's why I would pass. And it's not Maria's fault on this one this time.
They do put a lot of villains on their covers too, so
yeah. No, the title name, anytime they put a villain's title name in the title, it's like a dead book to me.
Okay. What about you, Mike? Let's hear it.
I don't think this has any spec value. That's for sure. I think you're absolutely right, Jeff. This will be a $5-10 book eventually if it's not already. And her style is very hit or miss for me. We've bashed a couple covers on this show. We've liked elements of a couple of them, like that one with the dragon. It was a Shang-Chi cover with a great dragon in the back and then just shit in the front.
Nice.
Kind of like a mullet. Exactly. Like mullet. Exactly where I was going. Yeah, party in the back. And, yeah.
Shit in the front.
This one, I mean, I've got to applaud her for this level of detail is really cool. It does have that sort of Eastman-y kind of feel. Lots of lines, lots of weird shading, lots of very I'm thinking Liger from Napoleon Dynamite, right? Something you draw on your book cover. Has that doodle kind of feel to it, but by a talented person rather than by Napoleon Dynamite. So again, like Jeff, not for me, but man, this is some cool detail and great inking, great pencils. I would love to see the pencils on this thing. I really would like to see a black and white of this, see what it looked like. I don't like the overall character design of this particular sort of rendition of the character, but that's kind of nitpicky. But as far as the art itself goes, it's pretty impressive work as far as how much time it took to do this. It's just not for me. It's sort of like the peach thing and the rose beige thing. They're just not a style I love, generally speaking, but I can appreciate it for what it is.
I do want to point out the denim Days of Dukes were a good choice.
Yeah.
I did see those.
There's only 2 on eBay, and it might not be a very common book though.
No, I think my shop only got 5 or 10 of these.
Yeah, so it might be rare.
Of these 1 in 25s?
Yeah.
No, 5 or 10 of the A cover. They would not have.
Oh, I was going to say they're ordering hundreds of copies of this book.
Nope.
It's a number 1. I mean, come on.
I misspoke. Yeah, they're all number 1s.
But the owners think like I do. When you see the villain's name in the title, it's a dead book.
Plus, it's all a miniseries.
I bet if they put Liger in the Exiles, it would have sold a gazillion copies.
Dude,
probably.
I would buy that book.
I know, and then the 1 in 25 would be a crayon drawing Napoleon Dynamite cover.
Thank you.
Yes.
And that thing would be $1,000 on eBay.
There you go.
With a little word bubble that says "My lips hurt real bad."
Yeah. What does he say about the Liger?
It's a mythical beast. It's a cross between a tiger
what-
and whatever, a lion
That's
and a
what the
tiger.
dialogue bubble should be. It's a mythical beast.
All right. How about this one right here? Tony
Oh,
Fleece,
yes.
Dark Ride number 2, 1 in 25. This is, of course, the Beauty and the Beast homage.
Start with David. Start with David. Look at his face.
Oh, David.
Can I go grab something from my boxes?
Yes.
Don't start with
Go
me.
for it.
I'll be right back. Go start with somebody else.
All right.
OA for it.
All right. Let's go with
Oh,
Jeff.
yeah, right.
Jeff, you can start it off.
Okay, yeah.
No
So
way.
this was an immediate look. Again, you guys know from all these weeks, I am a sucker for Disney covers. It helps that it's Tony. I love his artwork.
Thank you, Trish.
I just love the details of this in the sense of from the lettering, all the way down to like how homage this is to Beauty and the Beast, and the fact that it's like a cassette as well.
Oh,
A
and I love that
VHS.
part. So cool.
Oh, so it's like I'm a sucker for all of this, and this is a yes for me all day long. And I did ask my LCS for this. I don't know if they ordered 25 copies of Dark Ride, but I can hope.
All right, and just really quickly, Trish, thanks so much. It is Agnes Grabowski that created this cover, not Tony Fleece.
Oh, okay.
I got Tony Fleece from the League of Comic Geek as one of the artists for it.
It did say that for some reason. So
Also,
yeah.
Midtown said that too.
let's
That's
give
interesting.
Agnes her due because this is
Yes.
a great cover.
For sure.
Yeah. Dude.
Can I jump in? I couldn't find what I was looking for, but I bought every single cover for Dark Ride because I think they are just absolutely killing it. That I pressured my LCS to get me the one per store variant, so I paid
Ooh.
for that one.
The Disneyland one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So
scariest
beautiful.
place on earth.
It is
So
my
This
favorite one.
cover for me, I am a big VHS guy, and
Yes.
what Tony and Trish and Agnes and everybody else who's doing covers on this series, the inside could be not great. I don't know, because I haven't read it yet. But the covers, holy smokes! I bought all of them immediately. So for me, this is everything that I want in a tribute cover. Just killing it.
Nice.
Trish, awesome.
Trish, I know you're out there on the chat. I hope you heard that. David definitely loved the cover that you did for Dark Ride.
Which one was Trish's cover for Dark Ride?
It was the
Hers
Little
is the
Mermaid.
Mario Kart.
The
Yeah,
Little
it was
Mermaid
also the
one,
Mario
yeah.
Kart.
Oh,
the
the
one
one
in
in
25, I think.
Was the Little
Oh,
Mermaid?
and then the Little Mermaid. Oh my God.
Yep.
Trish,
Dude,
I
that
want
one.
you to know I personally paid $40 for that one in 25. So I am 100% behind your work. Great work.
Damn.
I'm so jealous.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Mike, what is going on?
This has everything, man. This is, I mean, Jeff already kind of hit all the cylinders on all the cylinders, but man, all the little touches, right? Skybound written like Disney. The coloring's perfect. There's no question about what this is. The little VHS touches with the white clamshell box, and I mean even the glare, like the light glare along the spine where the clamshell would roll over. Oh my God, just like little touches like that are just little genius touches like that.
Oh.
When a book just, when a cover isn't phoned in, when someone really paid attention to details like Trish did on the Mario Kart one, like lots of little detailed touches that would have been missed by a less careful artist or less careful layout person. And I guess we probably have to give Laura and Ant some credit for that as well, I would assume. But at the end of the day, it's still Trish doing the work. And in this case, you get all this kind of little touches here. This is a win all around. A book that's hot, people like it, a great cover, an homage that's never done, and to do it finally and to do it exactly dead on grand slam all day. I need this thing tomorrow.
I have the internal struggle about spending $50 or $60 on Trish's Dark Ride Mario Kart.
I wish I'd gotten
missed
two
the
so I
drop.
could send you one, but I only got one, sadly.
I can hook you up, David.
Oh, do you have an extra? Because that's the only cover that I don't have. I actually bought the other retailer.
Yeah, it's like 10.
let me go. I'll
Did
go
you
to my
say he
room.
has
Hold
like
on.
10? Because I
Let
want
me
one
check
10.
really
Damn
quick.
it.
Go ahead, Big Rob. Go ahead. Let me go. I'll be right back.
He
Oh
has
my
two-
god!
He has two 9.8s probably.
We just made David's night.
I literally need that one. That's the one cover I need.
You
for
missed
Dark
that
Ride.
one, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I literally bullied my shop into buying 25 copies of this book. So thanks, Kamikaze
You
Comics.
big bully.
You did. Good
Good
for
job,
you.
Big Rob.
Yeah.
Did you get this cover
Yeah, I got this cover for sure. There it is.
with the slip cover?
Yes.
You only need one, Alonzo. You only need one.
No. I always need 2 or 3.
You know him by now, David. And he's a monster. He won't let you sign it unless CGC's there.
Monster.
I got a
Yeah,
spinner rack
come
full of
on.
Cantos. Maybe there's
Yeah,
a trade in our future.
This cover is brilliant. It's a ditto to all you guys. You guys already said. You guys already nicely said it. It's
This
what
gets
else
all
can I
the
say?
kudos.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
just
these.
I can literally feel the plastic in my hand when I see this cover.
I'm
right?
jealous,
Yes.
David. Look at
We
that.
are having an issue right now, Alonzo.
Oh, is Big Rob frozen? No, go ahead, Big Rob. I'm just
No,
No,
he's
you
done.
and I,
He's done.
personal issue, showing off that book that I don't have.
It's
Yeah,
coming your way.
Trish is saying that it might still be available at Bird City.
It is not.
No, it's not.
not.
No, I
I've
sold
tried.
out.
It's not.
I've harassed them for the the 3 now 8 Billion Genies NES tribute covers and the Stark Ride, and they're like, new LCS, who dis? Every time I talk to them. So.
Oh, you should, David, we'll get you in touch with Ant and Laura.
No, I know them. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get. Yeah. No, I'm just. I like to go I like to wait in line. You guys know I like to wait in line. So
except for Boom Studios at San Diego Comic-Con, where you're like right in the front.
Don't you know who I am, people? Just announce it in the middle of the floor. Be the worst of the worst.
Hello.
Freaking Tynan just pushes me in the face out of the way.
He's important. Get out of the way.
Oh man.
I think we're done with
People
this.
are like, who is this monster they have on the show?
Oh my
Clearly,
God.
this is the winner for the week.
Yeah. I
really
hope I get one.
All right. What about this one here? It is Fantastic Four #1, so the relaunch. It is a 1 in 100 by J. Scott Campbell. Big Rob, come on.
Okay, so I explained the variant difference here. So there's this cover is 3 times over, right? So there's a cover B, I believe, or C, which I'm buying. I'm buying the regular 5 cards. I collect all these J. Scott Campbell Marvel Avengers covers he's been doing, because it's actually something different from him, not an actual female. He's drawn like actual males on covers, which is cool for him. There's also the 1 in 25 is a virgin. There's just no trade dress, and it's a lot more cleaner. And this is the retro, which has like a retro filter on the cover. So that's the 1 in 100 with the trade dress back on it. So I do like the retro filter on it. It gives you that nostalgia vibe of it. But I'm pretty happy with my $5 version of this. I appreciate him doing other types of characters, not just sexy lady on the cover. So definitely dig it.
Nice. All right. What about you, Mike?
Yeah, actually, I can't believe I did this today, but when I had a choice between, I did what Rob did. Of course, I bought the $4 version or $5 version, the regular B. But I mean, it was up against one hell of a Ross cover as well, and I still went with this one. Something about it, and maybe it's the colors, the purples and the blues and everything, and just the way the cool action of it. It just has kind of like that, almost a poster vibe to it. I just really dug it. There's some cool design stuff here, and it reminds people that Campbell, when he's not just redrawing the same girl over and over again, can really crush some good covers. I really like this. I liked everything about it. I had to grab this one, and the Ross is really good. But I like this one better. This is really cool. And for the same reason what Rob said, it's not just, sexy girl on the cover. You got a dude, you got some action, you got some cool color and some design aesthetic, really good layout sense. Like, it's got a lot of the good pieces to the puzzle. But again, no $100 from me. Just a good old fashioned $4.99.
All right. What about you, David?
To be totally honest with you on this one,
Yeah, go
I
for it.
didn't know what I was looking at. I mean, obviously the cover is telling you that it's fantastic, so I got that message. But I don't know. Maybe it's the coloring that it all kind of. I don't know where my eye's supposed to go on this one. It's cool, kind of a cool style, and the filter seems kind of cool. I wonder if the one you said there's one without a trade dress,
The Virgin 125.
without the words in the middle, maybe that'll give you the nice, loop that you're supposed to see with this.
It's a lot cleaner. There's no filter too on it.
Okay. I guess that's where I am for 1 in 100. I mean, this does not. I would not be putting out $100 for this cover.
Agreed. Campbell fans will though.
Yep.
They crazy.
They're
All right,
crazy.
Jeff.
Okay, so my opinion is it I like that it doesn't look like a normal J. Scott Campbell cover, but it's J. Scott Campbell because once you look at Sue's face, you know it's a J. Scott Campbell cover.
That is true.
But I like it. It feels like a Kirby homage almost.
A little
like
bit,
that old school style, right? But I do not like it when they do a higher ratio and then they put a filter on it. It's the same damn art basically. So I really don't like it when they do that, and I think that's a cheap way out.
Yeah, cheap money grab.
Yeah, so I would pass on this and obviously get the B cover. I did choose the Ross cover, I think. Actually, I have to go double check.
That's a great choice. It's a beautiful cover.
I mean, they were both great art, right?
Yep.
So I guess I can't really go wrong. And I like my FF, so.
Okay.
The Ross is weird. It's really pastel-y, almost like neon colors this time around.
Yeah.
It looks very
Kinda
different,
dope.
yeah.
All right. And moving on to, I believe, our final incentive of the night. Here we go with specs number 1.
I knew you were going to do this.
Oh,
I knew you were
what's
going to
this
do this.
Did you, David?
Shred it.
This is a
Shred it
145
right now.
by Kevin
Here,
Wada.
I have a bourbon next to me just for this very moment.
Oh, nice. What are you drinking? What is it?
What kind of bourbon?
This is just the Monday night bourbon, so it's Bullet.
Okay.
But I have. Oh gosh, I just opened a bottle of something that was nice, and I can't remember what it is. You guys put me on the spot. Look, I have the cover right here.
Look at that.
So David,
Sir, you're not supposed to have that till Wednesday.
Exactly.
Oh, I've already sold copies. So I mean, this is so bad, but and I hope nobody gets mad at me because I had a few copies, but I ordered some copies from Boom, and I'm like, I got a signing on release day. Can I get them ahead of time? They're like, yeah, we'll get them to you, and it was like a week and a half ahead of time. I'm like, well, hell's bells. I'm going on Whatnot. I'm going to offer up some signed copies, and they'll be like premium first signed copies, and people eat it up. So, yeah. So
David.
I got some copies of this. I got some copies.
Good for you, David.
All right, David. So, as our guest and the writer for this beautiful book, why don't you? What are your thoughts on this cover?
I love Kevin Wada. Just love their work, and I was really thrilled to see this cover be the 1 in 25 because I think this is the cover that jumps. I'll just put it this way: I love the combination of covers because the A cover I think will bring people in for $4 to read this book because it's just like you're just like what's going on there. The 1 in 25. I hope that people who follow my work will really dig this cover as sort of a unique, deserving of the 1 in 25 ratio cover. So I would be honest with you if I was hedging on it, but I'm not. I love this cover. I love it.
Okay. So really quickly, David, we have 2 questions from the chat. One of them is, what is your whatnot?
Oh, it's at David Booher.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And second, Trish wants to know, how did you feel when you see your characters drawn by artists?
Trish, were you started crying because it was good, or started crying because it wasn't?
That's a good question.
Different roads to go.
Don't answer that if it's bad.
It's wild to see them come to life. I have this weird thing as a writer that I kind of have a vague idea of what characters, like what their characteristics are, but I don't see their faces necessarily. So like when Chris Shahan is the artist. Oh, it was a good thing. Okay, Trish, is the artist, and when I saw him bring the characters to life, I was thrilled because I knew that Chris would envision these characters, and it's sort of like a collaboration between the two of us. We've created these characters together because I sort of give him parameters, and they sort of created what the characters now look like. Um, and then beyond that, it's just wild to see other artists like with Kanto. There's basic character design, and then it's so cool to see artists just come and do their own thing, from Gorkum Demir doing like this cool action figure version of Kanto, and then you see Jorge Corona doing the cute little, miniaturized Kanto. It's just really cool.
Nice.
It's just a really cool thing to see. So that's what I would say. I have not cried yet, but I'm sure it's coming. One way or the other, Trish. One way or the other.
All right, Mike, what are your thoughts on this beautiful cover?
Exactly that. I mean, this is the kind of cover that gets you to want to open a book, and that's what a cover should do, right? I mean, great color, great depth and perspective on it. I really liked so I got to see the other two covers virginized today as well. So I got the FOC unlockable variant, which is the B cover
This
version, and then there's the thank you, which is the so that's the version of that one, and then there's the A cover version, which I think was the one per store thank you, or maybe I've got those.
What? I didn't get one yet.
It's a one.
There was the one with Ted really close up. It was the Chris Shahan cover with the glasses on.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That was the Boom Guarantee cover.
Oh, okay.
Was there one per store?
Yeah, so I think it was the one per store. Yeah, I mean, my store wouldn't have gotten the Boom Guarantee one, so they would have only gotten the thank you variant. So,
oh my god, I hope I get one.
It must be the thank you. So super cool like that too. They did not get this, sadly. So I'm kind of mad because this is my favorite of the three, I think. But they're all very striking covers. All three of them really, really well done. Good crisp work here. It's like I said, just I really like that the townscape that's in the glasses almost looks like blood splatter on the glasses. It's a really cool touch. Kind of gives that dichotomy between the two moods, which is pretty cool. I like that. And like Rob, I'm a sucker for this whole color palette. So this is great all around. I really like it a lot. And it also somehow also seems fun, which is hard to do, I think, with that. So to combine all those things together and still make it feel fun is a hard task.
Okay.
It was done well here.
Big Rob?
It has a purple hue. I'm sold. You know that already. So
good, let's move on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's move on. Literally, Jeff.
I kind of like what someone said. It gives it that something is killing children, like Frozen kind of vibe because of the coloring.
Yep.
It definitely feels kind of what they were saying about the glasses. I like the reflection. I like how you said it gives it that kind of like it's done in a bloody kind of paint, but it also not only feel like I can see through it like glasses, obviously, but it feels like it's not just the reflection, but it feels like I'm almost looking in a like a TV, like into a different world. So I kind of dig that as well. It definitely is telling you that there's something special about these glasses, and I definitely am. That's the kind of, like I said, you got to tell a little story with the cover to get people enticed. Exactly. And it's not an easy thing to do. It really isn't, because you see a lot of art and you just go, meh, right? It just feels like everyday stuff. And don't get me wrong, all of it's a feat to do. But when you tell a story with that one cover, that's what's going to entice people to get into that book. Yeah. And once you open the book and you find out what the creators created, you're going to be surprised at how great some of these people's minds are, but you just never get a chance to open that book sometimes. So love the art, Kevin Water, great job. Definitely love the ink. So the coloring.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting point, Jeff, about the covers that you use, and even our perspective on covers for a series, a number one in a series that you don't know anything about, versus Spider-Man or X-Men, or those characters. So I think artists, when they have to approach those legacy characters, I think it's so much more intimidating because you're not necessarily telling the story, you're giving your version of those characters, right? Whereas launching a number one, Kevin's not only trying to create, give his version of the two main characters, but then also try to convey something about this story. And it's I can't even imagine. I'm glad I just write the words, because I couldn't. I would just collapse in anxiety. Yeah, Sticks, Skylar Patridge.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's why I was just thrilled that this was the A cover, because I think this is the cover people are going to buy off the shelf impulsively.
Yeah.
All right. And that ends again our incentives. So those are the incentives. So make sure to check them out at your LCS come this Wednesday. And next we have our store exclusives. So these are the exclusives that our online retailers or a brick and mortar kind of email out and say, hey, our store has this kind of variant cover. So we are going to start off with Mike Mayhew for Star Wars Hidden Empire #1 that you can find at Mutant Beaver Comics, KRS, Comic Mint, and Eastside Comics. The trade dress is limited to 3,000 and 1,000 for the Virgin, and the set will set you back $50. So I know we got a number of Star Wars fans here on the panel. So Mike, why don't you lead us off?
That says it all.
All right.
Apollo.
Man.
Who's answering? Who's stuttering?
I'm answering and
Okay.
I'm answering and stuttering.
He's the big Star Wars fan too.
Yeah, and you know what? I love Maul. I love me some Maul, and I like elements of this cover. I like the stance. I like that he's got the mechanical Clone Wars legs, which I'm assuming is the writer, not Mayhew doing this. But there's something that feels a little bit static about this that I don't dig. Like there should be all kinds of movement here. There should be. I want to feel like that feeling that when Maul attacks Qui-Gon on Tatooine before he jumps up onto the ship, with all the wind blowing his cloak around, and like I'm not getting any of that in this cover. I'm getting a very static feeling from what looks like a very dynamic moment, and I'm not getting those dynamics or the mood that I want from this cover. So it's just sort of meh to me. Certainly not worth $50. I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on in this series. There's so many new Star Wars series, and I'm a little lost, to be perfectly honest with you. Maybe Rob knows more about it than I do, but yeah, this is just okay. And again, this is the tale of two Mayhews, right? Here we go again, where we get some Mayhew that we absolutely I would like bash somebody over the head for, and then we get this stuff that's kind of like, is this a different dude? Because this just doesn't feel like very much of anything. This feels like an interior splash page to me.
Yeah, and a lot of the people in the chat are saying the same thing. I mean, it looks very statuesque.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they agree. What about you, Big Rob, Mr. Star Wars as well?
I feel like this is like the same cover over and over now with Mike Mayhew. The last 10 covers he's done for Star Wars, in my opinion, like I'll hate it. I just don't like his work in Star Wars at all. Like this is a Maul cover.
Yes.
That's not fair. That's Aja.
Yeah, this is a Maul cover. This is not. This is, I'm sorry, trash in my opinion. It's an insult to the character. It's just badly drawn. I appreciate the robot leg, something different, right? But it's like poorly. Yeah, I think Mike said it, poorly rendered. It just.
I don't know why you're holding back, Rob. Tell us what you. how you just think.
It's because he's done this so many times. It's totally a money grab, and it's almost insulting at this point from Mike Mayhew. It's like,
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, David, we're trying to trick you into thinking that we're nice people, but you clearly don't.
I'm trying not to cuss.
I'm like-
I'm
I'm so happy.
And just
I got-
FYI, also to look at even Apollo Crews is like, you've seen one Mayhew, you've seen them all, baby.
Baby.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
mean, you can
it's
say that about a lot of
cleared-
artists, and they're all great artists too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
say that about Frisson lately. It doesn't mean the covers suck. This
No,
one
that's
does.
yeah. You could do the same cover over, as long as you do it good. But Mike Mayhew doesn't do it, especially with something about Star Wars. He's taking advantage of these uber collector Star Wars fans like me and Mike that want to collect everything, and he's trying to take advantage of us. And no, we're not falling for that shit. So get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
Okay.
well said, Rob. Get the hell out of here. I love it.
Yeah. So David, what are your thoughts on this cover? Would you pay $50 for this set?
I don't I don't want to set it on fire like Rob does.
It's already on fire. I mean,
I know I think it looks cool. I mean, for a casual fan, it looks cool. My bigger hesitation on this is that the print run is 3,000 and 1,000. That there's just so many variant covers of everything. There's 100 zillion covers to spend your money on, and if you want something like this to pop and to really be desirable at $50, I think you need to be at 500, 250 of the print run or less than that. So
agreed.
I guess my perspective is less about the quality of the cover and more about the economics of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes sense. All right, Jeff.
Okay, so I'm not gonna burn it, but I'm gonna still stoke it.
Make
Talk
sure
about
it's
his
bad.
fingers, the hands.
the gasoline.
This is just feel like kind of what Big Rob said at the beginning, and what Mike said as well. I feel like all of his covers lately, especially for Star Wars, they all have the exact same angle on that protractor of that cover, right? Like they're leaning a certain way, the lightsaber is a certain angle, and it does look weird to me, this pose. I can dig the robot legs. I could dig the details on the lightsaber. I can even dig the details on the outfit itself and his face. His right arm feels a little small to me. The way he's holding the lightsaber feels a little awkward to me. So it just feels awkward. And I don't even doubt that in the works there's a dark cover with the red light hue going off on it on another cover, right? Like, can you not imagine that happening?
Yep.
And it'll be exclusive to his store. So like, if that happens, you know this is just all the same, repeat, rinse and wash and repeat, right?
Yep.
So I and like what David said, it's the exclusivity is not there, the economics is not there for me to be invested in getting this. And it's not a cover I like of his. I like a lot of his covers too. I have a bunch of his Star Wars covers.
I think what they should have done is two connecting covers and have his top half on one cover and the bottom half on the other.
Oh, nice.
And at the bottom and at the top of the other one, it's like this green glow.
How has nobody done that?
That's creative.
How has that's not
Yeah,
been
that's
done yet?
creative.
idea.
I don't know, and you know what
honestly.
would happen? The top half cover would be like, oh, okay, that's fine, but everybody would want the bottom half. That's nothing but his bottom half on that cover.
I love it.
Oh,
I'd buy it.
I would pay $50 for that set. That's fun.
Look at
you
that.
got
David wins.
We're gonna see that on the year watch.
But he has to have that look in his face when he gets cut in half. He's like,
Yes,
shocked.
that surprise look.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh my goodness, that's great. All right, what about this one here? Plush number 1 from Sanctum Sanctorium by Junko Mizuno, who is a manga artist, and it's a $20 book. So you wanted, I don't know what the LE is. It wasn't listed on the site, but again, it's probably not a huge print run on this one.
Probably
So here we go. Big Rob, what are your thoughts on this?
I like it. It's very was it like street art or hip hop art kind of vibe to it. Obviously she's a manga artist. I appreciate the weirdness of the characters. It's probably I don't know what the hell the story's got to do with
Oh,
the
I
character.
can tell you what it's about.
Please.
Oh, why don't you tell us, David?
Go for it. Go for it.
The main character finds themselves in the middle of a furries convention,
No.
and then stumbles upon the furries actually killing and I think maybe or maybe not eating somebody, and becomes basically I think hunted or something like that by furries. So
What?
Well, then that
I'm literally
explains
not joking. That's what it is.
that explains the art. Then you see the force, the
cover
knife,
just like tells you the story.
yeah, the
This-
plate, yeah.
Makes sense now.
It feels so Midsummer to me, like the movie,
Yes.
where it's just all shiny, happy, and then just complete blood and gore. I don't know. This to me is a grand slam as far as like variant covers for retailers. So I could see this one selling out and just being a desirable one if Plush sort of takes off as a series.
I could see like Funko Pops or something like that producing like caricatures of it. That'd be cool.
Could you imagine Funko Pop with the removable chest and the?
I mean, we still
full
need
anatomy?
a Funko of Kanto, so
Well, they've done The Shining. Why can't I do this? That'd be awesome.
I want it to be open and like have full like organs and stuff inside.
It's all vinyl. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be wow. All right, Mike. What are
80s
your
first
thoughts on this
autopsy.
he's struggling. He
mean-
thought he was nice.
Yeah, you had Mike at furries. Now it's like no.
I'm all kinds of disturbed about that whole description, and yet oddly intrigued. Like I have to find a copy of this and open the damn thing and read it now. And I don't know if I'm never gonna get that part of my brain back, but but I'm gonna have to do it anyway, right? It's like what my wife says: naked yoga. You have to look, no matter what the person looks like. You're gonna have to look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm glad he
yoga, and this
froze
is going
right
to be
there.
the naked yoga cover captures it. I mean, if that's what it's about, this cover's perfect. You know me, I don't generally like this whole style, this whole cutesy thing doesn't do it for me, generally speaking. There are exceptions, of
Wow.
course, but like the whole Scotty Young aesthetic has never really done it for me. But and this has a little bit more of a manga feel to it, so that's another thing that I don't generally collect. But this is the perfect cover for that description of this book. So, like David said, this is a home run for this retailer, for this book. This is just not for me.
All right. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's actually pretty cool. I like her art. I like her style. I'm very into the anime stuff too, so this kind of goes up my alley. It's kind of funny. I feel like if you're a toy collector or vinyl collector, you know what Metacom is. So that feels like that kind of furry bear.
Trash is coming at you, Mike.
So stop talking trash, Charlie Brown. I'm gonna move the football. But yeah, like it gets me. This is kind of my thing. I like this. So damn it, it's not a bad price either. But
I know.
I would like to know the LE. That would help because from what I've seen, there's actually a bunch of different store exclusives for plush. So there's a lot to pick from. I wouldn't say pass, but I'm also not saying I'm picking it up. I would have to do my more research because money, it does get tight and Christmas is around the corner.
That's all right. So, okay. I bought I think it was the Bird City exclusives for this by Zhang Jiang. And now that I know more about this, thank you, David. And thank you, Styx, for putting that summary out there. I am going to buy this one because I am so intrigued by this.
I think that half the battle with covers is just making something unique and it stands out. And whether you like or dislike this particular cover, it's just so different from so many other covers out there. So I could see this one going on eBay and whatnot for $20, $30, $40, $50 if the print run is low. If it's 500 or less, I could see this one moving pretty quickly.
And with Image, I think you're allowed to have a pretty low count.
It's probably low. I doubt this is more than 500.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay.
Trish, there are exceptions to that rule. I virtually worship your work while we're on this. I mean, you were the first table of all the people at Heroes Con. You were the first table I went to. So, I mean, there's just certain people that do it right for me and other people that don't. Simple as that.
I want to meet you someday, Trish. I'll have to come to your table.
Nicest human on the planet, by the way.
Yes.
David. In addition to being talented. The only person nicer at these conventions is Joseph Michael Linsner, who is maybe the nicest person in all of comics. That dude is by far, he's almost too nice.
And I honestly think her art style kind of fits your genre of Kanto.
Oh my God. If we could get a Trish cover,
I would be all over it. Please give me one. I want to buy it right away.
I would love to do.
That's obviously where another one of those exceptions. I mean, this cover is incredible. I mean, this is an incredible cover.
About fun backstory. I don't know if I ever told you guys the genesis of that particular cover for issue number 1, because we had a different cover that was going to be similar to if you remember the movie Dunkirk.
Yes.
The movie poster where all the soldiers are facing away from the camera and there's just the one facing up.
Yes.
We have sort of an early cover concept with that, but with Kanto.
Wow.
All the other of his people are facing away and he's facing up. But we ended up not using it because what we decided was we wanted a cover that would just showcase the character because the story is so much about Kanto.
Mm-hmm.
So Drew then came up with that cover, and I think it's just the best choice that we made because it just shows you who this character is and gives you the vibes of the story and all of that. So it almost wasn't, but then it was.
Nice.
That would have been cool. Maybe you can save it for another one.
The original pitch for Kanto, we did a whole formatted thing with like parchment pages and artwork and stuff. That's the cover of the original pitch. So someday I want to do a convention like panel about pitching comics and use that as an example of how to put together a cool pitch to get publishers interested in what you want to do.
Nice.
That's good.
All right. Let us quickly move on to this cover right here by Ivan Tao. You can find this at Anti-Hero Gallery. The set will run you $30, and this is for Gambit number 5. Again, the site didn't have the LE, so I don't know what the trade dress and Virgin are limited to. So let's
I'm
get
pretty
it
sure we
started.
can guess.
I know, right? It is Marvel.
We know what it really is.
3,000 to 1,000.
Yeah, we know what it really is, whether they admit it or not.
Yeah. All right, Jeff, you want to take a whack at it first?
Sure, I'm gonna whack it. Yeah, you can mark that. This is not for me. I love Tao too. There's something about that Gambit I just don't like. I think it's the face.
Yes.
It's really bad.
What's going on with his legs?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't know either.
They're kind of big.
Is that a knee?
Yeah, there's a knee right in front.
A
and
shoulder.
then there's another
I don't
leg
know.
on
It's
the
a high knee.
right. It's really weird, and he's got a really small waist.
Baseball cap.
I'm so sorry. This is not Ivan's work that I would like. I wouldn't even have known that was Ivan's work until you told me. This is not the quality that I like out of him. This doesn't even feel complete. It doesn't feel like it's rendered all the way.
I agree. That's what I was going to say. It feels unfinished.
Yeah, it definitely feels unfinished. This could have been a rush. Maybe he didn't get a chance to finish it.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is not for me. I would pass on it.
All right. David, what are your thoughts on this cover?
I would buy it for Rogue's side boob.
But isn't
God, I
that
love this
every
guy.
isn't that every Rogue cover?
It's covered
Well,
too.
on this one in particular, it really is positioned to be a side boob. So
Yeah,
no,
it's
if you are a
weird.
completist as far as side boob covers go, this is the
Man.
set to pick up.
Yeah, the torso doesn't make sense.
I am generally known as the butt cover guy, but I may have to change my whole thing, man. I may have to start collecting side boob covers. Is that a thing?
Could you
Oh,
imagine?
it's a thing.
Dude, well,
Here's
I
my
might
long
have to-
box of side boobs.
I may have
Oh,
to
look at
change
that.
gears.
Even Elle is all about that. She's like side boob for life. Look at
For
that.
life.
Amen.
Oh,
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. No more butt covers for me. Just side boob only.
just side boob.
Except not this one, because this cover, like Jeff said, just feels under-rendered. You're welcome, Trish. It feels that's one of Trish's coin words. She loves that. And the yellow doesn't help it because it washes a lot of the cover out. I don't know if Ivan chose that or if that was chosen for him or what, but it doesn't help. The Gambit face is I realize that Tao is very stylized and it works on women. His exaggerated style works really well on women, but it doesn't work real well on guys apparently. So yeah, this kind of misses the mark in a lot of ways. There's that funkiness with Gambit's legs and the knees and whatever angle he's twisted at is really odd and a little overdone. Cool perspective on the cards, I guess. That's the best part of the cover, but otherwise the rest of this is kind of a miss. And I'm with Jeff. I love Tao's work. I've got a lot of Tao, and I continue to buy it. I really like the risks he takes with his art, and it's fun and cool and fresh and moody. But this one doesn't do it.
Yeah, I have that Bird City Moon Girl Spidey Miles.
Yes, right, exactly.
Big Rob, anything to add?
I just want to say it. When I saw it, it just reminded me of a shitty Marvel Masterpiece card.
Oh,
Jesus, Rob.
Wow. All right.
That's what it looks
Yeah,
like.
but
to me.
it comes in foil. It comes in hollow. So Chase hollow. So it doesn't matter how bad the art is. It's going to be $1,000 card. So
Yeah,
there you go.
it's a PSA 10.
PSA 10.
All right. What about this one here? And this one actually sold out. This one, Miles Morales Spider-Man #1 by Chrissy Zulo. You can find it in Mutant Beaver Comics, KRS, Eastside, The Comic Mint. And this one is a Marvel book. You have it LE of 1,000 for the trade dress, 500 for the Virgin, and the set is $50. Now,
This has
Mike,
been used
would you-
before.
oh,
Is that a Chrissy? Is that a Chrissy
Chrissy
cover?
Zulo.
Damn
I
it!
think she's huge. I think she's going to be huge. She's great. This is a
She's
Kanto
really
Chrissy
nice
Zulo.
too. Super nice.
nice.
Yeah. I thought that wasn't this art already used?
I think so.
I think
This is
so.
this is
Or something similar.
something really similar on a book that's
Yeah.
already been popular, and it is Miles in the web with his cell phone. If I'm just like this, like identical. I love Christie's work too, especially stuff that's a little bit less overtly cutesy and a little bit more like this. I dig it. And some of her early work I really like a lot actually. So I go in waves with her. But I guess I don't like this one because I've seen this identical cover before. I got to figure out what the heck it is, but it's some variant. I used to own it. I can't even remember what the heck it is. So it's a pass for me because it feels like it's completely reused, but otherwise it's a cool concept. It's a cool cover. Just she didn't come up with it.
Oh,
What?
that
Nice.
is awesome.
All right. So David, would you buy this $50?
Yes.
Are you a huge Chrissy Zulo fan?
I like Chrissy Zulo, but I think this cover is just absolutely iconic. It's such a simple image, and it's so cool and stylized, and it feels like the Into the Spider-Verse kind of vibe to it. it does not surprise me in any way that this is sold out, because I just like, it's just encapsulates everything for me. So as a casual Spider-Man fan, somebody who might want to spec on these kind of books, I would totally go for this for $50.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
Okay, as the resident Spider-Man fan,
That's all right.
I love Chrissy's work. It doesn't even matter if it's the cutesy, because it's almost, she has that anime feel and that Disney feel. That I even question sometimes. Go, does she draw on those movies and like cartoons? Because swear to God, like it feels like she's drawing from them. And that's why I love her art. I just like David said, this is an iconic image. I guess even if it's been done before, I like it. I still like it. Definitely. I think this was called the animated variant anyway, store exclusive. So
Okay.
this is definitely supposed to be that animated version of it. So I can't say anything bad about it. I do question the LE.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always going to question it when someone says it's below 3,000, 1,000 for a Marvel book. We always talk about that. I need proof of life.
It's that same
You-
group.
you-
It's the same group. It's the same 4 shops that do this all the time.
Yeah.
And we cry bullshit every single time.
Bullshit.
I'll say the same thing I always say.
It
I
has
will
to
buy
be
it.
divided amongst all
I'll
of them.
buy it and give it away if you can prove to me that the other 2,500 were destroyed.
Okay, so that's what you're talking about. Not necessarily that it's 1,000. It's that you don't know. It's probably 3,000, and they've done something with the other two.
They
Yeah,
hold them back so they
okay.
could use them later.
I
Warehouse find.
I don't know a single store that's ever admitted that Marvel doesn't have a contract that you have to buy the 3,000, 1,000. I don't think it's anything less than that.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's just so wasteful. Honestly,
It is,
Just
and
drives
that's
me
why
crazy.
the market is so diluted, and it makes the exclusivity and the that extra bit of like incentive to buy it is out the window, right? Because there's like 30 other covers and they all cost the same amount and they all have the same limitation, and so it's just like
That's
But
why
for-
it's so important to pick the right cover artist and to get the right cover image. That's what this whole show is about. This literally is about what cover's going to hit and which one's not. And it's so, I think everybody in the panel can look at a cover and go, that's got a shot at breaking out, and that doesn't.
Yeah.
being sold out tells you a lot, especially at the price, especially at the questions that we have, right? It just says that they picked the right artist, she put the right art, and this is an iconic cover now because you know what it's from. You know it's from the animation.
All right. Big Rob, anything to add?
No, but I do agree. It's bullshit on the number. You'll see this coverage at the cons and the booths.
That makes sense.
And it was Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse #1, the animation variant.
Yeah.
Oh, that it's homaging?
Yeah, it's not homaging it. It's a dead copy.
Is it?
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's
Which one?
Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse #1 from, what is that?
That makes sense.
2019.
Wait, was he on the web or was he on his bed?
No, he's on the web. Same
Damn.
coloring in the background, cell phone, headphones.
And that's
Exactly.
Miles or Peter?
It's Miles.
Oh,
Oh my
shit.
God. Hold on. Okay. Web of Spider-Verse, what, #1?
It's
Yeah.
not web. It's Enter the Spider-Verse. So it's Spider-Man Enter the Spider-Verse #1, 2019.
Put it up on.
I thought it was one of those books that it did sound familiar.
Oh my God, it looks almost exactly the same.
Homage.
Oh my God. I'm looking at it. You're right.
So
It's not an homage. It's literally like a dead copy.
Can you share it, Alonzo?
Yeah, I'm going to share it right now.
Okay.
I did look at
Oh
the
my
eBay
gosh.
sold listings, and the set is sold for $85.
it is an homage, though. I guess you could say it's an homage.
Well, because the costumes are ever so slightly different, but geez.
The
Wow.
color,
And actually,
right?
that's not doing it justice. The coloring in the background on it is much more yellow and green. It's not blue like that. It's a dead ringer. They're almost identical covers, other than the missing corner box that this one has. They're
Yeah.
identical
So
covers.
just playing devil's advocate, I would probably say she's homaging the cover, and because I don't think she's that kind of person.
True.
So it has to be, right? And that probably is what they asked for, honestly.
And so she just gave it to him. The same cover.
Wow. I mean, it's identical.
It's exact.
It's identical.
Now, granted, this cover in like the original cover in the 9.8 is like a multi-$100 book.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
But
yeah.
honestly, I get a more of a feel of the animated Into the Spider-Verse movie from this one than the other one.
Yeah, the other one's
would
more
agree with that.
realistic.
Which is funny because the other one's actually straight from the movie. It's an animation variant.
That's even
Wow.
funnier.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next one. We have. So it looks like we're done.
Oh,
So we are done with all of the store exclusives. So thank you. Oh, wow. So thank you for enduring all of that, guys. David, you have a lot of stuff going on. Why don't we talk a little bit more about specs? What it's about, what your inspirations were, and then because it's releasing on this Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Did I show you the novelty glasses I've created? Actual magic specs.
What? Get out of here. That's awesome.
That was cool. Yeah, I created them as like a promo item for the magic specs because whatever you wish you see.
There we go.
Can
you show that up again, David?
Yeah.
That is so funny and
Dude,
cool.
That's awesome.
They're actual glasses. I found glasses that matched exactly the comic. And this image here, I'll show you.
Oh my gosh.
Because like I said, they come from the, or I don't know if I said this, but there's two best friends in 1987 live in a small town, and they happen to stumble upon a Silver Age comic book that has an advertisement for magic specs that grant wishes in the back of the comic book. And without necessarily ordering them, they end up showing up on their doorstep. So there's the advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
End up showing up on their doorstep, and they start making wishes, and you know how these things go. It never goes according to plan, and some pretty bad stuff starts to happen, and they've got to deal with it. So little 80s
A little
Stephen
genie in a
King
bottle
vibes.
kind of
Yeah,
Pandora's
like a
box.
monkey's paw type
Yes.
story, but yeah, so kind of like Black Mirror, Creep Show, Stephen King, Stand By Me, Stranger Things type vibes going on.
And then we could see like that cover A that you were talking about. How about that They Live kind of vibe, that homage?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's definitely channeling the 80s, the fun 80s. I came here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So
there you go.
Yeah, so that comes out on Wednesday. So everybody who's listening, please pick up a copy, grab one off the shelf. I would love to go to a second print because you never know what cover madness, as we have seen, will come. So maybe Trish will do a cover for us.
Ooh.
Hey.
That would be dope.
She's gone. She left right then.
I know. She's like, I'm out.
Nope.
One of the other things too, I mean, you're going to be on Whatnot this Wednesday at 2:30. You're going to be doing anything special with these covers?
So I've got two signings this week, both in Southern California. If you're here, one in Pasadena, one in Winnetka, Collector's Paradise, and I'm doing a Whatnot live stream at 2:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, and I'm going to have. There's about 3 or 4 different variant covers that I'm hoping that are retailer variants that I'm hoping that I'll have some copies for. And I'm going to be offering up a few of these novelty specs, wishes not guaranteed. And I'll sign them. I think it's just such a cool promo item to have signed if you're into that. And everybody's order gets a copy or gets a pair of magic glasses. Where's the signature? There it is.
That's awesome.
That I have signed.
Yep. Very cool.
I'm up to my old nonsense.
And that's pure 80s nostalgia right there alone.
Love it.
I'm hoping
Absolutely
for the
love it.
trade we could do something where you put the glasses on and it like reveals. Because wouldn't that be cool if this cover
Yes.
was like lenticular or something, where you
Nice.
just have the lens here, and then you put on the glasses, and you see the skeleton.
Oh
Wow.
yes,
Oh, that
that'd be
would
cool.
be super.
So it's just like a
cool.
normal looking lens, and you're like, oh, I wear my sunglasses at night, and you're like, nope, they live,
Me-
people, they live.
Make it happen, David. Make it happen.
Do it.
I have
Do
to
it,
wait
come
in
on.
line for Kevin Eastman. What kind of pull do I have?
Yeah. Oh man, so Styx is definitely going to be there. He's already said that he'll be there at your whatnot. I think Steve's going to be there from Team Nerd Herd at Collector's Paradise this Wednesday, so he'll be seeing you for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to have all these variants, including the 1 in 25 we talked about. And all my every lot starts at $1. So as I say, it's just worth as much as what everybody's willing to pay in that moment in the room. So if you want to get some variant covers, maybe this is the time to do it.
Yes.
That's right, and make sure to pick these things up on Wednesday. This Wednesday here at your local LCS, and don't forget, hit up David at 2:30 p.m. on the Whatnot app. He's going to be streaming live for these novelty glasses as well as some of these signed books.
Yep.
And then again, hit him up also at Collector's Paradise if you're in Southern California.
Please do.
All right, thanks so much, David. And then Mr. Morello, Charlie Brown, what is going on? What do you have coming up?
Cover fire this week is I thought it was a slow week until I looked closer, and it's not. There's some really good covers. Cover fire, for those that don't know, is my CBSI article every Tuesday on the non-incentive, non-exclusive covers, just A and B covers for your artist appreciation madness. Just my favorites, and I kind of rank them 1, 2, 3 with some honorable mentions, if you will. And then Cover Tunes, which is a once every other week thing. Is really just sort of my inner comic soundtrack, whatever strikes me to write about. This time is going to be sort of in tandem with another writer on CBSI, so I'm going to hold off on that. I don't want to spoil just because he hasn't told me I can. So that's coming, I think, next week, and it's going to be sort of in tandem with another article that goes along with it. So if you're not already hitting up CBSI, it's all free content. Get you ready for your LCS trip every week, between Cover Fire and of course the New Comic Wednesday Spotlight. There's tons of great free content. Please go over there and hit it up and tell the guys hi.
We definitely love your stuff, like your Neil Adams stuff that you had for Cover Tunes, George Perez.
Thanks,
I mean, everything's just fire, man. Love it.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then for us, upcoming shows, Jeff, what do we got coming on this Thursday?
Don't forget, everyone, stick around. We still got a giveaway.
That is also true.
Oh yeah.
So this Thursday, Mondo Mail Call, 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. You get to see the herd, show off what they picked up this week, talk about the Week in Geek, all the news, all the geeky good stuff that we all love to hear about and, either hate on or love.
Yeah.
And and this week, not only is my mail call good, I got to bring home my collection, my childhood collection. So it is all here, and it's cool. A madhouse in this freaking place. I'm so confused of what going on.
It's going to be the Jeff show on Thursday, guys. That's
pretty much. Yeah.
I literally cannot show that much stuff because it will literally be like 3 weeks worth of shows.
Oh my goodness.
I can't. So I'll be nice and I'll just pick some stuff here and there. It's too much stuff. And there's stuff, like I was telling the guys, I've learned a lot about myself that I've lost my memory because I don't remember having or owning half of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, yep.
It's pretty
can't
crazy.
Wait to see it.
It's like Christmas all over again.
All right. And then Big Rob, let us know what's going on this Saturday at 10 a.m.
Like always, Saturday morning is 10 a.m. It's Team Nerd Podcast. Saturday morning Toy Box with me, Steve, and Jeff, and our Charlie at Reba Rubot will discuss this week's solicitations, pre-orders, and new releases in the toy world community. We'll discuss Sideshow, Hasbro, Mattel.
That's for you, Jeff.
The Ram Man. You're not getting that Ram, man. But join us at 10 a.m. West Coast, 1 p.m. East Coast for a Saturday morning toy box. Get your cereal bowl ready, get your coffee, get your McDonald's where you eat on Saturday mornings, and join us for some toy goodness, and we'll have a blast.
Okay. All right. And then just a couple of announcements before we get into the giveaway. Just really quickly, Bird City Comics and Team Nerd Herd, we have partnered up. So if you want to save money and we all want to save money, you can save 10% by adding TNH10 as your promo code. Again, TNH10 will save you 10% at anything or on any purchases over at Bird City Comics. So make sure you use that code. And then Big Rob, what do we have for Display Geek?
So yeah, DisplayGeek.com partners up with the Team Nerd Herd podcast. We submit the word Team Nerd Herd and save 10% on your first purchase of their Display Geek shells. Basically, it's beautiful shells that Jeff has over there for the Funko Pops on the screen there. You tilt the camera. There you go. Those beautiful Display Geek shells. They're awesome. They're sturdy. They're very versatile. You could do a lot with them. You put action figures anytime, pretty much anything you want, but they're specifically made for Funko Pops. They're awesome. So type in the word Team Nerd Herd and save 10% on your first purchase.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that. All right. So, Jeff, how did you want to do that? You want to pick a number between...
Have David pick a number 1 through 50?
1 through 50. Okay. So, David...
Me too.
Would
oh,
you
no, I already screwed it up.
Oh, you did. Oh, man. So would you please pick another number and drop it into the private chat?
God, it's a lot of pressure.
Between 1 and 50.
And just so everybody knows, this is the giveaway. So this is the trading card exclusive, and it's signed by David. So it's ready to go.
All right. And David, we see the number you dropped in the private chat. So everybody that is currently listening, you have a chance to own that beautiful copy of Kanto #1, variant cover, The Magic the Gathering, signed by Mr. David Booher himself. So all you got to do is drop a comment or drop a number between 1 and 50. The line starts. Hopefully you guys can see that. Line starts now. Go ahead and drop. The first person to get the number correctly will win that particular book. Oh man, one of them is super
so close already. What the hell?
Wow.
What?
Oh my god.
Close.
Again.
Close.
Man, you guys are so close.
We'll eventually get there, right?
Yes.
I hope so.
There's a limited numbers.
Between 1 and 50.
The Powerball.
There it is.
There it is. Cohiba.
Cohiba.
Make sure you hit up Jeff, Mr. Geek Driven on IG. Let him know your address and info, and he will make sure you get that comic book.
Congratulations.
And congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for playing.
It was 37, by the way.
Yes.
37.
37 was a winning number, Cohiba. Good job. All right, David, anything else you'd like to add? I mean, I know you're also going to be at LACC, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have a Table and Creators Corner, which is a part of Artist Alley, for LA Comic Con, which is coming in December 3rd. What are you laughing at? Did I miss something in the chat?
You did. It was
messing with me. I'm sorry.
For the Ram Man?
Yes, for the Ram Man.
There's
It's a Ram Man Funko Pop. Like, Guy has been wanting it
for like a year.
Yep.
I mean, he's only his only consolation has been apparently 1,000 pops behind him. Did you get it?
This is his copy.
Oh, that's great.
So December 3rd, right?
Yeah, December 3rd and 4th, LA Comic Con, and then I also have all new Firefly coming out. I did a run of 11 issues. Issue number 10 comes out in November, and then Big Damn Finale comes out in December. I think people are going to be shocked and excited about what's happening.
Brown coats forever.
Yes.
Brown coats forever.
I have every
shiny,
issue.
my friend.
Yes.
And I think folks are gonna go back and revisit this run of all new Firefly once we get to the end and what happens.
Did you have anything to do with this week's one shot?
No, I do not.
The Keep Flying or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was like it's a one-off story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not a part of that. So I had all my duties on All New Firefly, which took up a lot of the
Nothing wrong
time
with
while
that.
they were working on that. So yeah, I'm excited.
You're a good
I'm
man,
such a
Charlie
brown
Brown.
coat. I'm such a brown coat. So
Exactly.
that's it.
Awesome. And then also too, really quickly, you can find, I think, Jeff and Big Rob this Sunday, right?
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot.
Shoot, I've been so busy. I'm sorry.
I'll go. I'll just say Jeff. So yeah, this Sunday at the Brookhurst Community Center in Fountain Valley. Stop on by. It's near Mint Sundays. In my opinion, the best comic book Southern California comic book show in Southern California. It's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Free admittance. Tons of comic books. If you're a comic book lover, stop by the Brookhurst Community Center. It's gonna be awesome. I'll have a booth. Jeff will have a booth. A bunch of our Team Nerd friends will definitely have booths there. It's definitely not also some professional dealers as well. So stop on by if you're looking for that particular comic book. It's probably going to be there, so it's free.
Awesome, gentlemen. Thank you so much. David, it's been a pleasure as always having you on our show. I mean, I mean, you really are part of Team Nerd Herd. I mean, you've been here plenty of times. You
5, 4. Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
So no, I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for having me. It's so much fun to just hang out and talk. I do interviews and things, but to hang out and actually talk about comics and covers and stuff is a ton of fun. So thank you for that.
Thanks for your time. We really appreciate it. It's been fun.
For sure. And then also thank you to the chat for hanging out with us as always. And with that being said, Big Rob, can you please take us out?
Yes, sir. If you want to do it right, Comic Horse for life.